Celebrations and holidays are coming up. And if you're like me, you're probably wondering, what can I bring or put on the table this year? I think I got at least one of the options covered. Vegan unstuffed shells with whipped lemon ricotta and toasted breadcrumbs. Bright, flavorful, and ridiculously easy to pull off when your oven's already maxed out. Here's the thing, around the holidays, tables can get heavy. Entrees, sides, desserts, and that random dish that one relative brings without asking. You know who you are. Sometimes you need something that cuts through all that richness without competing for oven space. This does exactly that. It's filling, not heavy, and you can make it ahead of time, which is the best part. All right, break open the fridge and let's figure out what we need. Yellow onion, garlic, tomato paste, sauce, and fire roasted diced tomatoes, soy sauce, vegetable broth, nutritional yeast, coconut sugar, brown lentils, jumbo pasta shells, fresh basil, baking soda, fresh lemon, extra firm tofu, breadcrumbs, fresh chives, and some seasonings to wrap it all together. Start with your onion. Dice it fine and it will blend with your sauce seamlessly. If you want, dice it even bigger and it will add to the texture if you're a chunky sauce kind of person. Next up, 1 bulb of garlic. Okay, if you have to, just do 6 cloves. We're gonna mince it, and this is going to come into play multiple times throughout the recipe. All right, I'm bringing my lemon to the table. We'll use the juice and zest to brighten the plant ricotta later. Now for the basil. Whenever I'm prepping this for a dish, I like to stack the leaves, roll them tight, and then slice them thinly. For this recipe, I'm gonna put most of it in the dish and then save a little on the side for some garnish. Last thing on the board are chives. This we're gonna fold right into the plant ricotta for a subtle sharpness that plays really well with the lemon. With your prep done, let's get the pasta going. In a large pot, boil your water and cook your shells just before they would be considered al dente. Later, we're gonna move these into the sauce and they'll finish cooking up then. Before draining, grab half a cup of that pasta water to add into our sauce later. Then drain and rinse the pasta shells with cold water. This is gonna stop them from cooking further. Okay, pasta, check. We're going to reuse that same pot to toast our breadcrumbs. This will save us from dirtying up extra dishes, which for the holidays is a solid plus. So drizzle in some olive oil, add in the breadcrumbs, and keep it moving. If your pot has a little water in it, make sure you wipe that out, or you can put it on the burner, turn it on, and just allow it to dry up. Because if you add oil in with the water, it's not like adding the lime into coconut. The results aren't the same. Lime and coconut, good. Oil and water, boom. Well, not really, it's more like a sizzle, but you get the point. Once they're golden, toss in a clove of minced garlic and a pinch of Italian seasoning. Let them toast for about another 30 seconds to a minute, then transfer to a parchment-lined baking tray to cool. All right, let's build that spice blend. This is gonna give that you've been cooking that sauce for hours vibe. To a small bowl, we're going to add onion powder, garlic powder, dried basil, dried parsley, dried oregano, Italian seasoning, smoked paprika, salt, black pepper, and our red pepper flakes. All right, mix it up if you can, and then set it off to the side. We'll bloom this in the oil later to up those flavors. Okay, it is time to build that sauce. Still using the same pot. If you need a little olive oil, put it in there. If not, toss in your onions. It should take roughly 5 to 7 minutes until your onions begin to look translucent. Onions are soft. Now let's go with our minced garlic, our tomato paste, and our spice blend. We're gonna stir this constantly for about 1 minute to maybe like a minute and a half, because we're not only working to wake up those flavors in our spices, we're doing the same with the garlic and caramelizing our tomato paste. The paste will darken and the kitchen will start to smell like a gourmet Italian spot. Next, stir in coconut sugar, nutritional yeast, and pour over your vegetable stock. You're gonna get a little bit of a sizzle, and this is gonna lift up everything off the bottom of the skillet. That's where the dish gets 80% of its flavor. It's called deglazing. Add your tomato sauce, fire roasted tomatoes, and let it simmer for about 8 to 10 minutes, giving it time to thicken up. After that time, we're actually gonna drop in just a pinch of baking soda to help cut the acidity. Sometimes when you have a lot of tomatoes in a dish, the acidity can get pretty high, and this is one way to bring it down. You'll see a little bit of foam, then it will settle shortly after that. Stir to combine. We're almost at the end. Let's fold in our lentils and a bit of that pasta water. Let everything marry together for a couple of minutes. Then add in your basil, mix it up. I almost forgot to add the soy sauce here. I gave it a taste and a little umami boost was needed, so this is the direction I went. Now it's time to add the shells. One of the best reasons to make this dish is because you can make the sauce the day before or a few days before because it reheats really well. This is absolutely perfect, you know, for like any busy gathering. But what's even better is the sauce gets better overnight. With the sauce doing its thing, let's whip up that vegan ricotta. In your blender, we're going to add in tofu, olive oil. We're gonna add in the zest here, and then we're going to juice it. Can't forget some nutritional yeast, onion powder, then salt and pepper. I am not a tofu person, Mr. Andrewski. That's what I imagine you saying to me if you needed like a substitute or something. We can do a blended cashew cream, or if you're allergic to specifically cashews, almonds or macadamias also fit the bill here. If you can't do nuts, you can't do tofu, I would probably go with like a vegan sour cream or maybe even a vegan yogurt. Something that maybe goes along the side of having a coconut base. You know, very, very subtle sweetness, but you don't want anything too tangy. A little sour is okay. From here, you pretty much just blend until smooth and fluffy. Think whipped cream cheese. It should hold its shape, but still be spreadable. Once it's blended, you're supposed to add the chives in and fold, but I like to put them on top. Either way, put it away to chill, so it's ready to serve later. The ricotta, also make ahead friendly. This whole dish is all about being friendly to the make aheaders, to the day beforers. Being friendly to your future self. All right, let's take the wall down for a second, person to person. I did this recipe slightly out of order. I was juggling a lot of different things today, so I was doing what would make sense in my scenario. So the perfect order of operation, let's call it. What would that look like? Prep your ingredients, prep your spices. Then make your whipped ricotta, cook your pasta, cook your breadcrumbs, and then finish it all with your sauce. That's the order. That's how I'm going to put it on my website. But hey, if you want to do things the hard way like I did, I won't judge you. This is all ready. The shells are stirred. The ricotta is whipped. The breadcrumbs are toasted. And this dish is like magic. This is it. Unstuffed shells, whipped lemon ricotta, and toasted breadcrumbs. All that without even having to fight for oven space. This full recipe can be found linked in the description, or head right on over to my website, makeitdairyfree.com. Thank you so much for watching. I don't know what you're doing next, but I got more videos if you want to tune in. Until next week, have a great week. I'll see you next time. Believe in good. Peace.